Spider-Man costumes. You love them, you hate them, and some, you kinda like to smooch. There's a lot of them, and I understand that it's kinda hard to pick just a few when you're making a video game with changeable skins. But I'm here to tell you that if Insomniac's Spider-Man 2 doesn't have this specific list of Spidey suits, it's an automatic 0 out of 10. That's right, the big O. Let's get started, shall we, true believers? Okay, so we're gonna do this in a nice, organized way. First off is Peter suits, then it's Miles suits, and then it's Peter Black suits, okay? If you've got a problem with that, please punch a perfectly round hole through my sternum. Starting off, you know me, I'm a big Ben Reilly fan. I think he's a little hottie with even hotter costumes, and Insomniac kinda did him dirty by not including his best suit in Marvel's Spider-Man 1. It's the Sensational Spider-Man suit. The best dang suit Spider-Man has ever had. Don't agree? Fight me, you little nematode. I'll win. What can I say about this thing? It's beautiful. A perfect upgrade to the classic red and blues, and I'd wear it on my wedding night if you know what I'm saying. Don't. Cut that. That's not going in the script. Cut it! Anyway, moving on, we've got a lot of suits to cover today. Next up is a costume we all know and love, and one that's definitely being added as the resident Spider-Verse costume. Good old Miguel O'Hara, better known as the Amazing Spider-Man 2099. His design in Across the Spider-Verse is drop-dead gorgeous. It's visually striking, a wonderful adaptation of the source material that still manages to do its own thing while maintaining the feel of the original. And I want this man to step on me. On a side note, I'm thinking that there's a hot maybe we'll get a pink robe Peter B. Parker too. It looks like they're adding cloth physics to some of the suits, like capes and such, so there's a chance. Moving on to a bit of a controversial opinion here, I'm gonna need the Beyond suit. I know, this costume is very divisive in the Spidey community. But then again, what isn't divisive in the Spidey community? In fact, I'll start a war in the comments right now. Superior Spider-Man is dog shit. And people who say they're fans of it usually only got the footnotes from a YouTuber, such as myself, and never had to read the steaming pile of ass. Dan Slott, I am in your walls. Where was I? Oh yeah, the Beyond suit has grown on me since its debut, and frankly, I'd love to see Insomniac's take on it since they do tend to add their own little flair to these costumes. And yeah, people hate the off-center spider logo, which I understand, but allow me to let you in on a little secret. PC modding has allowed me to get a sneak peek into how this thing might look in a sequel. And it's nice. It translates extremely well into 3D. Next up on the list is one that I'm very surprised didn't get added to the first game. It's the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, which is arguably the best Peter Parker has ever looked in his classic red and blues on the big screen. It's a perfect blend of comic charm and building off both the last costume and Tobey Maguire's suit, all rolled together in what was many fans' most anticipated suit to be added to the game. You know, until it wasn't. But Synth, I hear you saying from the trunk of my car, why would we want a bunch of variations of the classic suit? We have enough of those already. Are you kidding me? These are all variations of the classic suit, and this one is one of the best. Moving on. And we're moving on to Miles Morales' Spidey costumes, and hoo boy, do we have a stunning collection for you true believers today. First up is one that I've definitely gone back and forth on more than any other alternate costume. And right now, I like it. Mostly. It's this thing that he wore during his recent Clone Saga event. And let's be real here, it's definitely unique and striking in its own way. I like that it's more of a hot pink than the usual red we get in every alternate costume, and I think it would make a fine addition to Spider-Man 2. After that is a recent addition to the Marvel Universe that we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of. It's this really cool Venom symbiote Miles for the Marvel's Dark Age comic. It's a design I'd frankly love to see in the mainline 616 comics, if Miles were ever to get his own symbiote, you know, outside of that one really weird panel where he had a knockoff Carnage symbiote that we just never saw again. I just like how sleek this thing looks, and it would be perfect to have in the game considering the whole symbiote theme. Up next is, of course, yet another Spider-Verse edition, Miles' new Across the Spider-Verse look. I love this costume. It's super cool. I love the simplicity of it. and you could add a damaged variant for even cooler photo mode situations. Plus, imagine pairing Miles up wearing this with Peter wearing the 2099 costume. I think that'd be awesome. There's no way this suit isn't gonna be in Spider-Man 2 though, let's just put that out there. With the success of the new movie, and the fact that we already saw the first Spider-Verse suit in Miles' last game, we're definitely gonna see this thing in action. And since we're doing clothing stuff in this game as well, I really want to see Miles in his hoodie and shorts from Into the Spider-Verse here as well. Arguably, it's even more iconic than without those extra bits, so just saying, Insomniac, it would definitely be a missed opportunity. Moving on to symbiote costumes now. Question: does Synth want to smooch most, if not all of these? The answer may surprise you. It's yes. Oh, most definitely yes. First up is the Spider-Man Shadow design that dropped just recently. It's a so-so comic in my opinion, but good God, is this one of the best symbiote Spidey designs I've ever seen. It's a perfect example of the subtle corruption of the symbiote becoming far more striking as Peter lets it take more and more control. And I want him to step on me. Next is, of course, Spider-Carnage. I really hope they're not going to pull a, oh, we can't do this because we have plans for Carnage in a future title. Like, come on. It's just an alternate costume, Insomniac. There's no reason you couldn't have given us a simple cloth black suit for the first game. But yeah, if you watch the 90s animated series, or like me, stayed up far into the night looking up cool symbiote designs on Google, you know Spider-Carnage. Just imagine swapping from the Sensational suit to this. It would be perfect. I need this, Insomniac. And last, but certainly not least, is a commonly forgotten favorite of mine, Poison. This is from a Spider-Man what-if scenario in which the symbiote left Mac Gargan to attempt to heal Peter Parker and basically bring him back to life after he was mercilessly torn apart by Morlun. If you want to hear more about that, I did a video on it. Yes, that's not clickbait, he did in fact eat Peter's eye, and then he made a pun about it. This guy is creepy as hell, and I think he'd make a fine addition to the game. Scenes like this would be just that much more unsettling, wearing this as an alternate costume, right? And that's all for today, folks. I might do a part 2 of this video if it does well. Please let it do well, YouTube algorithm gods. But there are definitely a lot of suits I missed, so let me know down in the comments if there are any obvious ones I left out. And hey, I'd like to hear your suit wish list in the comments as well. I'll promise not to vomit blood when I see all you sheep begging for the superior Spider-Man suit. With that being said, this is the Synth Voice Network, signing off for the night.